Welcome, everybody. This is the
January.
January 14th, 2025 board meeting for the Shrewsbury Housing Authority. Thank you to the Shrewsbury Towers for hosting us. And we will begin now. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the December 10th meeting?
Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion that we review the December 10th minute, we approve the December 10th minutes as printed.
Second.
All right, and do we have any questions, comments, or discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we only have 4 of us today, huh?
Yeah, one of our members had an emergency.
Okay. We'll go to the financials now. Which look healthy, which, that's all we need to say.
Yeah, nothing to comment there.
Uh,
Kelly, was this next thing out of order in our package?
Yeah, the Mass State Aided Housing Programs.
Or was it there deliberately?
It was there.
Okay, go ahead.
Deliberate.
Why don't you talk to us about it?
All right, as you will see in the vendor checks, there's a vendor check for Brown and Brown Insurance for $51,576. That is the insurance that is paid for the state aided housing. It is up by 7.5% increase from last year, and follows a 30 to 60% increase in the 2024 plan year. So I was just letting you guys
So that's an
know.
explanation for the Brown and Brown. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Wow.
And it's huge, huge money.
And we have to do it, though.
Yes.
We don't have a choice. We don't get to shop it.
We do not get to shop it, the state shops
And
it.
what kind of insurance is that?
Um,
Like, it's not property and casualty, it's not what I always ask about, which is DOA.
It's building. It's
So it
building.
is property and casualty.
It should be building.
it is this insurance where our deductibles are $9,000 for each claim coming up. It's building, land, someone's.
And liability.
And liability,
Because it says crime insurance and cyber, so I didn't know if it was in addition
as a
to.
precaution against.
So this is our traditional building insurance, what we would think of as our own housing insurance, plus crime and cyber.
No, this is as a precaution against cybercrime. These invoices will come by email and US mail.
Oh, okay.
So they're just, this is an insurance policy from the state that every housing authority
Okay.
received.
So you received this document, right?
This email, yes.
So boiler and machinery and crime insurance is what it's
It's a
entitled.
combination of things.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I
would-
was asking.
I would typically think that it would be boiler and machinery and liability insurance.
But it doesn't say that, that's what I'm
Doesn't say
saying.
that.
It's, I mean, I think of liability is often referred to as property and casualty, and it doesn't say either of those two words in this.
So, the only thing I would suggest to the board is that we ask Kelly to ask for a copy of the declaration page next month, so she can show it to us next month, the declaration page for the policy. Okay?
Yes.
All right, that'll clarify to us what it is.
I was just going to look on the invoice.
No, if you have the invoice,
I
maybe it
do
would say.
have the
All right,
invoice.
we can wait a second.
That was just mailed.
Because if you read to the very bottom, board members, it does say other aspects of the insurance program remain. Blank becomes our property and claims adjuster, our deductible is this. So it gives me the impression it's a subset of our overall insurance, not our full-blown P&C.
Right here.
Got it? Thank you.
And remember, Salem Housing Authority is the main policy holder.
That's just a,
All that.
it's just-
Yeah, but see, it is
Yeah.
broken down by units, so
However-
that does imply property and casualty, but it doesn't, it's not clear enough.
I'd like to see the deck
Yeah.
page,
Okay.
and Brown and Brown will give you that,
Okay. Thank you.
okay? Anybody else?
I did have a question, with your permission, Mr. Chair. Commonwealth of Massachusetts, 63 grand, it's like line 10-9, it's down, 22606.
Yes, that is October through December health insurance for retirees, employees. In tires, it's quarterly.
But it's our health insurance.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
That's a quarter?
Yeah, that's quarterly.
Do that math. Yeah. That's why I said, wow.
Oh my God. Expenses are up, huh?
That's $250,000 a year.
What was that change order on the fish project?
Change order on La Chorelle. That is the community room doors change order.
Community room doors at Francis Gardens?
Correct, yes.
That's just the change order?
Just the change order.
Wow.
Where is that, Mr. Chair?
22619, I'm sorry.
Quietly says wow as well.
It's a lot of wows this month.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kelly, what's my Tanya drain machine? It's a small number, but I don't think I've ever seen it before. I don't remember.
That's our snake machine
Thank you.
for drains.
So is that in the machine?
No, we have it. It's above hospital.
Oh, okay. That's, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Okay,
I
anybody
have
else
no
have any
questions,
questions?
Mr. Chair, no.
Maria?
Nope.
Okay, if there are no more, then we have one big bill to pay. Somebody want to make a motion?
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that we pay the vendor checks, 55 checks totaling a whopping $280,406.91. I feel like that could be a record.
$280,406.91. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Definitely one of the highest ones I recall.
yeah. But those insurance bills are over 100,000.
Well, there's 2 insurance bills in there. That's, well, yeah, close to half of it. Yeah. Mr. Chair, with your permission, I would like to make a motion that we pay 2 portability out check registers in the amount of $2,687.24.
Second.
Any questions, comments, discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, with your permission, I'd like to make a motion that we pay the Section 8 vouchers, 144 of them in the amount of $182,298.
We have a motion,
Second.
and we have a second. Any questions, comments, discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we make the payroll, we approve and pay the payroll as printed.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And there being no discussion, all in favor? Unanimous on all. Okay, so now we get to the vacancy rates, vacancy reports.
We have one vacancy at Elizabeth Street, and that just moved out January 1st.
Okay. And it's in process. How long do you think that'll take?
I would say the guys should be out of there probably by the end of the month.
Okay. Okay. Francis Gardens? We get the towers here.
Offers for handicap unit have been sent out. We've had refusals.
Any
Because
Shrewsbury?
it's a handicap unit?
Yes, yes. They are Shrewsbury people.
Great.
They jumped to the top,
Awesome.
Okay.
Great.
but refused.
Okay.
Shrewsbury people refused it.
Yes,
Based on just not suitable for them?
handicap unit.
Okay.
So do they go back to the end of the list, or do they stay at the top?
They go to the end of the list.
Oh, that's-
Shrewsbury list.
End of the Shrewsbury list.
Okay.
End of the Shrewsbury handicap list.
One waiting list.
Okay. All right. That's the towers. And Francis Gardens, there's no vacancies. And Section 8,
100%.
100% at 177. Very good.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I see we have an audit report here.
We do. Malletta and Company did the audit for fiscal year 2024. If you go to the end of that audit, you would see if we had findings or questioned cost. And there's nothing on any of them, no current year audit findings to report. or no current year audit findings to report. So it was a very good audit.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, next.
The next would be the annual plan for 2026.
All right. you wanna
I
talk to us?
gave you all a copy of it. What this annual plan is every year we have to do an annual plan for state housing only. I met with Francis Garnes and Elizabeth Street to go through everything, as I had to have everything posted and up back in November. Basically, the first page is just the notice. You guys have your copies. Notice, and then there is the hearing in all different languages. And then the overview and certifications. If I'm going too fast,
Nope.
just
Nope.
tell me to
Not
slow
too
down.
fast for me. Okay.
Then we meet regarding capital improvements, what we want to see and do at Francis Gardens, Elizabeth Street, or the family units. And we send that to the state. If there's a dot in front of the capital improvement CIP, that means the state has not approved the capital improvement plan to allocate money. If there is a fish project, that means the state has already allocated the money. Then it includes DHCD and supporting documents. It's basically everything that James goes through when he does the budget. Of threshold for the PUM is $100 for 667 and $60 for 705. Then it talks about the energy water saving initiative, the maintenance plan and repair of what Gary and the guys do every single day, basically. It talks about when tenants should call for emergencies after hours. Shows how work orders are generated and assigned and tracked. It says how many turnovers we had, how many days it takes, and the average time from date vacated to lease up was 35 days. Then it has the schedule and checklist for maintenance. That is a few thousand pages. Then it talks about the annual operating budget. The PMR, where there was no findings on the PMR, but on that, what they score me is board member training. So they score me on occupancy rate, tenant TAR, which is tenants who leave owing rent, certification in reporting, board member training, staff and certifications and training and annual plan, how I'm submitting this. Document, paper applications, vacancies, occupied user champ, adjusted net income, operating reserves, capital spending, work orders, how we inspect units, vacancy turnover, how quickly, maintenance preventative plan, work order systems, how they're entered into the computer. And then the last page is all of our policies, which some of them need to be updated. We're supposed to update maybe every 10 years, and some, we're getting up there on some of them. We ask for no waivers. In the last page is the glossary regarding the annual plan.
So you only have to do this for state, not fed?
Correct.
And there's no similar sister document or counterpoint or anything, or procedure or anything?
No, and then tomorrow, there's an all-call with executive directors with the EOHLC, which is the HCD,
Yeah.
regarding the annual plan. As this is changing, and they're going to change this whole thing, and the name to CHART, which is Comprehensive Housing Authority Review Tool, which that notice just came out. I will know more.
Does someone work with the state just to change the names of these programs?
I think so.
Is that what, that's it?
Probably a whole team of people.
My God.
Probably a
So,
bunch of attorneys.
so tomorrow, so this could be the last time we're doing this in this format, where next year it's gonna be something different.
So can I ask a related state compliance question, not to the annual plan and probably doesn't fall on the agenda, but it's close to this one? Given, and I don't know if you're aware of all the controversy around the town's refusal to comply with MBTA, and they're saying communities that aren't in compliance, even though the guidelines are rules or the rules are guidelines, there was an opportunity for the state to withhold certain grant money and certain public housing money because it's all the same department. You were never, ever, I know some people have already reached out to you, but you were never formally pinged on that or asked or said you're not gonna get something that you thought you were gonna get, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Didn't affect housing authorities.
It's the same department. It's
They
the
said
exact-
it
it's
would.
the- It's the same, they said it would, or they said it might, and it's the same department that issued the mandate. That's why I wanted to ask in the
Interesting.
formality of the board meeting. Okay, all right, thank you, Kelly.
So what do we need to do with this?
Apparently, nothing starting tomorrow.
So basically, it's just a proposed annual plan.
Have you reviewed this with our residents?
Yes, and two of our residents showed up from Francis.
And did you answer their questions adequately? The answer is yes?
Yep.
And did you have any questions relative to this?
Well, I have one. The
We'll try to answer it.
Shrewsbury person that, if I heard correctly, that did not take the apartment, they went down to the bottom of the list, but the Shrewsbury list, not the entire Champ list? Did I hear right? Number
So
one.
that was a federal waiting list. Federal waiting
Oh.
list is so different than CHAMP.
Oh,
CHAMP is just for Francis Gardens and Elizabeth
The
Street
state.
and family units, state.
sorry, I didn't hear
It
that.
was just a Shrewsbury residents that refused on an apartment here at the towers.
I understand.
Do you have
But
any,
can I have that
do you have any
answer,
issues?
though?
Pardon me?
Can I have that answer, though? If a Shrewsbury resident on a CHAMP application refused, do they go to the bottom of the, go ahead.
They get 3 strikes.
Oh,
And basically, 3 chances. Yes.
They don't
And
go
then
to the
they-
back of the list until they strike 3.
They strike, until they strike out. Okay, thank you.
That's good to know.
Good, yes. Yep.
Do you guys have any questions regarding the annual plan?
No.
It's fun sorting it out.
It was real fun.
I think we'll be doing that for a year, even though it's all done tomorrow.
Right,
So-
yeah.
And the whole system changes.
Well, just so you know, she kept the foreign language was for,
And I cut them up and
for,
made a
for
pad.
scrap paper. Didn't even go into recycle.
Good for you. I do that.
I went page by page with Francis Gardens
Good.
and
Okay, good. Good.
Does she need a vote on this?
I do need a
Okay.
vote.
So, am I proposing that we accept the annual plan as submitted?
The capital, the.
Not capital, annual. Give me a name, Kelly.
It's, there you go. I'll write it.
Mr. Chair, with your permission, I would like to propose that we accept Kelly's Shrewsbury Housing Authority proposed annual plan for fiscal year 2026 for state-aided public housing formally onto the record.
We have a motion.
Second.
All right, do we have any further discussion? All right, there being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
Is this
what
the first year you had to do that?
No.
No.
this is-
Easier
It's
each
getting
year, will
easier,
get
but
easier.
it's gonna change tomorrow.
It's a lot of plans. It's a lot of plan, though.
Oh, I guess it is.
Yes.
Hopefully it changes for the better.
If you have that formula kind of thing, it's not so difficult each year, but.
That's it.
It's still time consuming, just actually.
Does anybody have any new business?
The trees we killed.
Do we have any old business that we need to?
Well, we always talked about the Elizabeth updates.
We didn't go to Elizabeth Street, right?
Last time we submitted, we all collaborated on a letter and a project and submitted it to whom?
To MHP.
And did we hear back from them yet?
No.
Okay,
The email did go out.
okay.
I talked to Kathy King's office, not Kathy. She's on an extended vacation. So
Good
they-
for her.
So I just said, when she gets back, please have her reach out to Shrewsbury Housing Authority.
Okay,
All right, that's Elizabeth.
so
but I think-
the application for funding,
Yes, that's all.
That's
what we're
talking about,
It's
yeah.
in. Okay.
Yes.
all right.
But I think in my aggressive desire to answer that question, Mr. Chair, I skipped over the CPC update.
Yes, we're gonna back up.
My bad.
That's all right. Anything else on Elizabeth Street? Anybody have any questions, comments?
Do you know if Granny got paid?
He did not.
Okay. So as far as an update, because this ties in, I had a work conflict for the December meeting and we canceled the January meeting, so there really no update since my last meeting. But as I was sitting here, I sent a message to McGoldrick asking about that payment, so I will follow up on it.
So Renia's payment is going to the town to CPC?
Yes,
No, Affordable Housing Trust.
No.
Affordable
Trust.
Housing Trust.
Correct. Right. But it's coming from, not going to. Grania is getting paid
We need to
from
ask them for
Affordable
it.
Housing Trust.
Yes.
So-
So, do we have an invoice? Just,
If we had an invoice.
maybe, okay.
Oh, then they're gonna ask for it.
So so we need to ask him for an invoice. then.
Invoice.
If you want to
You want
send
me
it
to
to
do
me,
that?
I will,
I'll do that. I have a call into him anyway.
okay, and then I will make sure that it goes to McGoldrick.
And I'll get it to you.
Thank you. And I did send a message, but he's probably hasn't done it because he doesn't have an invoice.
Okay,
All
that's
right,
fine.
Good, let's get that.
Yep, let's get that done. Okay, let's talk about the CPC AHT update besides that.
No, because I wasn't there in December and we
Okay.
canceled in January, so nothing new since I reported in November.
Okay, is there any other unfinished business? Kelly? Paul, any new business?
No, I think we covered that in her plans.
Okay,
Kelly's been her monthly certifications on ELOCs. I continue to do that.
Thank you.
I see Gary's here with us today. Anything you need to say to us, Gary?
No, everything's running smoothly.
Maintenance is going all right? Excellent, excellent. And folks in the audience, do we have any questions or comments or anything to discuss with you? Yes, ma'am.
I'll just compliment him and further that this staff that come to us, Francis Gardner, they're kind, they're thoughtful, and sometimes just doing a little repair for people that don't have a lot of visitors and stuff, and maybe it's the first person they spoke to in a couple of days. That kind of has a dual purpose.
I'm glad that that's the case. And the comment was that you guys are kind and thoughtful, and our maintenance staff is very helpful, and sometimes the only person they get to, certain people get to see for a couple of days, and it's very helpful. It serves multi-purposes for you guys to be as genuinely nice as you are. So,
And they're always sociable, you know what I mean? They're always, don't carry the burdens of life like we sometimes do.
well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm sure the rest of the board's really glad to hear that. It's always nice to hear that things are going well. I can tell you
Oh,
that.
I understand.
Yes.
Same in any family.
Yeah, that's right,
This
that's
is our
right,
family.
that's right.
Yeah.
Has anybody else got anything?
Well, they give us a ton of laughs.
They do.
Well, that's important too, because laughter makes the world go
Yes,
round.
yes, yes, yes.
It's the best medicine, I just got it twice over here.
Yeah. Yep.
Anything else, Kelly,
No, I'm good.
other than,
I'll add one thing.
yes,
I
please.
did receive a message from a resident recently complimenting Kelly and all her work. So I just wanted to pass that on.
Nice.
Yep.
Tell the person thank you.
I will.
And thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
So if there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to
Mr. Chair,
adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn the January meeting.
And our next meeting is going to be February 11
Oh, right before Valentine's Day.
Francis Gardens.
at Francis
At
Gardens.
Francis.
Okay?
I have a conflict coming up. I don't think it's February, but let me.
Let's
I
make
can
sure,
take a quick
let's
peek.
make sure we're all
I think
clear
it's
on this.
March, actually. Yeah, I'm good for that.
Let me just check mine.
Francis, we said, right?
Yes.
Is that
That's the lady
blue
up
or
top.
red or?
At Francis, okay, so next meeting is at Francis Gardens on February 11th at 4 o'clock. And we have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.